my name is Brianna. Don't mind the milk stains on my shirt. I'm shooting this video while Presley and Landon are hopefully napping for a bit. If you're new to my channel, hi! I'm a mama from Cleveland, Ohio. My son is 2 years old. His name is Landon, and Presley Jane just turned 2 weeks old yesterday. So we are adjusting to being a family of 4, and I wanted to do this video because so many of my followers and subscribers have asked how Landon's adjusting to Presley and what I did to sort of prepare him for the new baby. So here are the things that we did to ensure that Landon understood what was going on, and I'll also share with you when Presley and Landon first met. We recorded it, and also when our fur baby Coley got to meet Presley for the first time too. So stay tuned for the tips as well as their first meetings that we filmed. Okay, so the first thing we did to prepare Landon for meeting Presley was we read a ton of books the entire pregnancy. So we read The New Baby, we read a Berenstain Bears and The New Baby book as well. And then we had a friend gift to us a book called Babies Don't Eat Pizza. And that one is super scientific and informative. And I actually think that's the book that helped him the most. But we would read these 3 books nearly every night. He would actually ask for them a lot, and every time kind of talk about how my belly was growing and what he should be expecting. Sort of like what to expect when you're expecting for little kids. The second thing we did is anytime we saw a baby, a lot of our friends either just had their first babies or are having their second babies, we would talk about how they were pregnant and having a baby, or when they did have their baby, we talked about this is what the baby looks like and how we have to be gentle with the baby. So anytime we were anywhere and saw a newborn or a very young baby, we made sure to talk about that with him. I regularly brought Landon into Presley's nursery, which is where I'm filming this video. So he knew this was baby P's room. I had him help me with some things whenever I was doing her laundry or putting things away. I would let him kind of play in here, get comfortable in this space, and would explain to him, here's what we're going to do in this room with the baby. Here's where I'll change the baby. Here's where the baby's clothes are. Here's where we can sit and rock the baby. And I think it's made him feel super familiar and a part of building this space. Another thing we did is we took him to the store to pick out a present for the baby. We explained to him sort of what a newborn baby can play with, and he ended up picking out this really cute little pink elephant, sort of like a rattle/chew toy. And when we had them meet in the hospital, we had them give each other their gifts. I also got a little pink Elvis Presley Cadillac from Presley to give to Landon because he's obsessed with cars, so he got that in the hospital as well. And every day he's played with the car. He's so proud of the fact that his sister got it for him. He often refers to her mainly as baby sister, and he'll say every day, thank you baby sister, when he plays with the car. It's the cutest thing. One of the things that the book did a good job of explaining was what happens when mom and dad have the baby and how they have to go to the hospital. But we would regularly, especially I think once we hit the 8-month mark, talk about when mommy and daddy are gonna have the baby, we're gonna go to the hospital, grandma and grandpa are gonna take care of you, or Gigi and papa are going to take care of you while we're at the hospital. So you don't have to worry, and then you get to come to the hospital and meet the baby. And I think being really clear with him on what to expect, why we were going there, who would be watching him, made him feel really, really comfortable when we finally got to that point. 41 weeks and 6 days. I also had him help pack the bag of toys and books and the clothes that he would be wearing that when he was staying with my Gigi and Papa while we were at the hospital, so that he was like very comfortable and knew exactly like what was going on. And here is when Landon and Presley first met in the hospital.
The baby's out. You want to go see it? You want to meet the baby?
Look at there's your baby sister.
Very gentle. See the baby? She came out.
Yay. The baby's out now.
You see, if we be gentle. Remember, we be very gentle.
Yeah, did you miss Mama?
That's your sister. Hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
Get some of the lights.
This is your baby sister, baby P. You want to give her a kiss?
You want to give her a kiss? Real gentle, real gentle. You want to give her, okay,
give her a
you want to give her a kiss? Real gentle. Real gentle.
Give her a kiss.
See? Yeah, very good. Good job. Oh boy.
It's off? No, I can't take this off.
Hi, I missed you. How'd you do that tonight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You can touch her very gently.
You're gonna grow up
Is she
with her,
gonna grab your nose?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm used to being inside of a tummy.
It's got a little bow in her hair. Yeah, look at that.
She popped out.
Oh, is she pretty?
Her little socks.
I seriously think that was like what I looked forward to so much when I was pregnant, and it was just so incredible to see them meet one another. Now for their actual meeting, my grandma and grandpa, or he calls them Gigi and Papa, when they brought him to the hospital, we made sure, Adam and I kind of discussed this, that both of us should take turns holding him and holding the new baby, so that he got a hug from each of us, and then he also saw both Adam and I holding the new baby as well. And he was really good. He knew we'd prepped him that he would have to be gentle with the new baby. He was actually quite cautious, and we told him he could kiss the new baby. And you can probably see this in the video. He barely even puts his lips on her. He was like so cautious to even give her a kiss. So I think it was really good that we prepped him that the new baby, to be very gentle and careful around the new baby, because he definitely behaves that way even now. And then since we've been home with the new baby, I try to verbalize every single thing that I'm doing with the new baby. So Mommy is going to hold the baby because she has to feed the baby, and if Landon would like to sit next to Mom on the couch while she feeds the baby, you can come sit next to me. Or I'll tell him anytime I'm going upstairs to her changing table, Mommy has to go upstairs to change the baby's diaper because it's dirty. If you'd like to come and help, you can come with me. I'll also ask him to be sort of the retriever helper of, can you please bring Mommy the burp cloth, or can you please bring Mommy that blanket? Or even sometimes, you know, I'm so thirsty nursing, I'll ask him, can you please bring Mommy's bottle of water? And I can tell he feels so good that he's involved. He's always been the kind of kid that wants to help or be a part of doing what I'm doing. If I'm cleaning, he'll like pick up the broom and try to clean with me. So I think it feels really, really good to him, and he feels very validated when I ask him to participate and make sure I praise him a ton and thank him and tell him how much he's helping his baby sister. The other thing we've just done, because he has gotten frustrated or sometimes just overly emotional, like he's really not the type of, you know, terrible to tantrum thrower, but he has had just a couple of crying meltdown since we've been home. Honestly, I feel like they occurred on the days when Presley was really needy, so I just had sort of the less one-on-one time with him because I had to be holding her. She was cluster feeding, that kind of a thing, so I just didn't have the opportunity to really set her down and pay full attention to him at any point. So you kind of expect that when you're having those days with your newborn. And so the biggest thing is we wouldn't really tell him, no, he can't behave that way. We would say, it's okay, like we understand you're frustrated. The baby is new, the baby is requiring a lot of Mommy's attention. Sorry, it doesn't mean that Mommy doesn't love you. You are still, I call him my number one. You're still my number one, baby. I love you. And I'm really clear with him that I have to be responsible for the new baby and him, and that I appreciate him trying to be understanding of that. I mean, those all sound like very complex emotions, but it's actually interesting how quickly he de-escalates then from that highly intense, frustrated, emotional state when he's reassured and not told no, like told it's okay for you to feel this way, and here's what's going to happen. It's not going to change. Mommy still has to take care of the new baby, but it's okay for you to get frustrated sometimes. And the big thing that I always assure him he can do is come to Mommy and say, Mama, I need a hug. And I will give him a hug and be there for him in as much as I possibly can be. And it really is just the sweetest thing. When I'm sitting on the couch nursing her, he'll come up, tap me on the shoulder and say, hey Mama, and literally just give me a hug while I'm nursing her. So it's really, really cute. Now for fur siblings. So it might be your first baby, but you have a fur baby that you're taking care of as well, who's, you know, Coley for us. Coley was my first baby. I got her when I was in college. She's going to be 9 years old in October. It's just crazy that I've had my little fur baby that long. She still feels like a little puppy dog to me. But the thing we did with Landon and Presley is we gave, my grandma and grandpa were the ones who watched her with both Landon and Presley too, but we gave them like Landon's hat that he wore at the hospital, and we gave them something that smelled like Presley so that she got to get familiar with it before she came into the house. And then I'm just always extra cautious. I hold her, make sure she can kind of smell the baby. She's always very, very excited though for both Landon and Presley. She like wanted to lick them right away and sort of cuddle up to them. And since having Presley, she follows me around whenever I have that baby and like wants to even sometimes stay in the room where the baby is napping instead of coming with me. So I just try to give her any sort of extra love that I can. And I did buy her a huge pack of the wet dog food, so she's getting a lot of extra wet dog food these days because, you know, my mom guilt for her trying to spoil her a bit too. And here is the first time when Coley, our fur baby, she's a mutt, she's half Maltese, half Bichon. This is when she first met Presley, and I got to see all 3 of my babies together. There, Coley. You want to come see the baby?
You see the baby?
Say hi, baby sister.
Sit.
Oh,
Say
you got a sister.
Oh, you gave her kisses, Coley.
Tail.
Go give Landon kisses, Coley.
Give her kisses. Give your Uncle Daddy kisses.
Aw,
Oh,
she
Mother wants
missed
kisses.
you, Daddy. Oh, I think she missed Landon. Look at that, all the babies. All 3. Mommy's gonna cry. I really don't think anything could make my heart feel more full than when all 3 of my kiddos, and I'm counting the fur baby as one of my kiddos, are all on the couch together. It is my favorite thing. I feel so complete. Okay, so those are not the all-inclusive list. Again, I'm not an expert. This is just sort of what my husband and I did, and it seems to be working relatively well for Landon. I would honestly say 95% of the time, he seems to be handling this really, really well and is very, very excited about baby sister. Gets so happy to take pictures with her or hold her or play with her. He loves showing her his cars and different toys that he plays with. These little puzzles too that he's always showing her what they are. So I hope these tips might be helpful for you. But as always, if you are a mama or have had experience in seeing maybe nieces, nephews deal with having a new sibling, please leave that in the comments below. Or even if you yourself, if you are an older sibling and you sort of remember that transitional phase, what did your parents do that sort of helped you transition to a new sibling in the household? I would love to see what you have to share in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, I hope you consider subscribing. I would love to have you join this really positive, fun community we have going on here, and you can watch Presley and Landon and our family as we continue to grow. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.